Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to this session. I think it is a good continuation from what Enfiltrate just presented it to you guys, because what more can you do to ensure that bot traffic is not being reached by your campaigns? One of the biggest and the strongest one of the strongest pillars to it is to ensure that you actually own the data and you actually know the users that you own and kind of reach those users. So today, myself, Pranjal, I head Media Math for India and Southeast Asia. We have Paras with us, who is the business head for Marketing.
Marketing is the programmatic and data arm for IPG here and thank you so much.
Paras, you have a very soft voice. I think you need to.
Alright, okay, I'm going to keep my mic closer.
Cool. So we are going to cover how brands can leverage their first-party data and really drive results along with it. So we all know that data is a new currency, right? Like, I don't need to go deeper into why that is. We are seeing like a death of cookies. We are seeing Apple's restrictions on in-app tracking. And all of this has led to brands trying to understand, how do I really reach my users and how do I reach users who are like my users, so that I can expand my user base. So there are various ways in which now brands are kind of trying to do that. We are calling it FPD, which is first party data, and various ways in which brands are trying to collect and activate their first party data. And then along with it, the industry is coming together to also kind of formulate new identity solutions, because they again go hand in hand in terms of, hey brand, you have your first party data, we have our identity solutions, let's come together and kind of broaden your base or broaden your reach in terms of your users or users who look like your users. So quick look at what the industry currently is looking at in terms of these various solutions that are there in the market. As you can see, we have authenticated email-based solutions that around 67% of companies are trying out. There is contextual, there is around 54%, cohorts, probabilistic, and Google Topics. Now this survey was conducted by Lotome, and it was conducted for participants around 7 different countries, and India being one of them. So it's pretty representative of our region, of our country, in terms of what the brands are looking at. So the different alternatives that we just saw, everything has got its pros and cons, right? Like if you just consider your own first party data. Cons, it's not scalable. Obviously you start with a small base, and unlike if you are a brand, if you're a big FMCG brand, you might have a smaller base. So it's not a scalable solution. If it's an email based, it's all related to user consent. So you need to have the user's consent to actually get or capture that data for yourself, and in most probability, it will be the publisher's first party data, not really the brand's first party data. We have Google Topics, which is a walled garden, and then there are alternative tactics like contextual and cohorts, which are now capturing the attention of our industry. And that is where Media Math thought that how best can we solve for this situation of identity crisis and first-party data for our consumers. And that is where we have come up with what we call as the Contextual Audience Extension Marketplace. It has been released in beta, and we are seeing some very promising results in the start. Let me tell you what this stands for, right? So basically, contextual, we all know. Look at the web page, scan the content, and then find out the context. But Media Math is going one step, or rather 2 steps beyond that. What we are also saying is that let us add all the variables that the DSP looks at. Let us add variables like location, date, time part, bandwidth, device type, and so on and so forth, and kind of put that package together to kind of make the context more relevant in terms of what the user is, who the user is. And then package all of this together as a third step. Also make sure that we provide for the supply where you can actually find these users. So it's not just providing, okay, hey, come take these user segments and find out where your users are. We are going to also make sure that we are giving you the supply where you actually know these users exist, and hence have your campaigns which are which are for your first party users and which are highly scalable. Now, what are the benefits of it, right? One is that you are purely talking it from a center of interest rather than very bucketed segments saying that hey, these are males or these are this is the age and so on and so forth. We are talking about center of interest, which is really important to understand what your user is like. Second is the reach. It's a highly scalable solution. As you can imagine, it is not based on IDs only. If it's based on user IDs, the scale always becomes a problem, and we have seen it enough number of times now. So we are saying it's contextual and it's an extension of your audience. And the third thing is that it protects clients' data. How does it do that? Is because it's not based on user IDs. It's not an extension of your own user ID segments. No one else can. There is absolutely no leakage of that in the entire supply ecosystem. What that means is that it's completely anonymous. One user could be on some site on a different segment as per the other supply partners that are in the ecosystem chain. While for you, you know that this is the center of interest of the user that I'm looking at, and hence I want to use or rather reach that particular user. So it is absolutely anonymous, it's absolutely anonymized, and hence the leakages are going to be minimized. So we all at MediaMath are super excited about this particular release because it is going to help solve a lot of problems for our industry. So if you need to know more, definitely connect with us. But you must be wondering what is Paras doing here, right? They are our very close partners, and I want to now hand over to Paras to kind of let us know how they are looking as an agency at a first-party data view for their clients and how they are working with MediaMath, how we both are working together to kind of give solutions to our clients in a meaningful way. Over to you, Paras.
Thanks, Pranjal. Look, I'm here from my colleagues, partners, friends at MediaMath, and also putting agency's point of view on the ways to use first-party data. I'm not going to bore anyone with why one should use first-party data. I think most of us do that, right? Most important part is, and what we've been hearing in previous sessions as well, experiment more at a certain volume. If you're failing, fail fast, move ahead, right? That's really important. The other part is from the client's point of view, from the client side, right? The data could be residing across multiple platforms, right? Your media data could be on your ad server or your DSP platform or wherever else, or DMP, your CRM or your PII, email ID, phone number kind of information could be residing on a certain CRM. The client could have certain articles deployed at their side, or there could be MMAs, one M particle like analytics tool deployed at the client side. Right? So first party information resides at the client side in different ways, formats, and different locations, right? So when we are experimenting, I feel like the first point is experiment more and move on. It's important that we work with a partner that allows us to get these things activated in a more meaningful and in a faster manner. And that is where our partnership with MediaMath comes in really handy. What you see is one part is there are a bunch of features which are already available on MediaMath, whether it is in terms of getting information from the client side and getting them uploaded onto the platform, or having certain custom integrations for some of our clients, whether it is Mahindra or Spotify or J&J, right? So whether it's local client or global clients, right? The kind of tech that the clients have deployed at theirs, right? Or the tech that we've deployed for our set of clients. How do we get that information back into the activation platform, in this case MediaMath, and get it up and running and experiment at a certain scale? And that's where MediaMath kind of comes in really handy and allows us to do wonders for our clients in most cases, and in some cases we can learn and refine and move forward. And that is where the use of first-party data along with a solid tech platform partner like MediaMath comes in really handy for us. That's how we as an agency look at partnering with any of our industry tech platforms, and MediaMath is leading the pack in that. So thank you, Pranjal, for that.
Thanks, Paras. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I think we are almost at time. And thank you so much for listening. If you want to know more about the MediaMath Contextual Audience Extension Marketplace, please reach out to any of the MediaMath folks in the room. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.